Well, good morning, everybody. Okay, this is still morning. Yes, so I have to greet you with good morning. Okay, this is your first meeting with me through, I can't say this is face-to-face meeting, but, right now I can see you because what we have learned so far, okay, our learning process was done using the, uh, e-learning platform. And today, yeah, I want to see how good your understand is, how good your understanding is to the studies on semantics and pragmatics. The title is semantics and studies on semantics and pragmatics. This is not, semantics and pragmatics, but studies on semantics and pragmatics. It means that I really encourage you to be able to do research on semantics and pragmatics. That's why in every meeting, I will introduce you to some studies or some articles, okay, research-based articles talking about topics on semantics and pragmatics. And I would like you to be present during this meeting, so don't switch off the video because I also use my video. Yeah, okay. Well, everybody, our topic today is studies on natural semantic metalanguage, or NSM. So NSM stands for Natural Semantics Metalanguage. As the introduction I offered or I provide in the e-learning platform, I wrote there that NSM is one of the approaches in studying semantics. Because in the first semester, in the first 8 meeting, okay, or before mid-semester, we focus on semantics. And after mid-semester, we are going to focus on pragmatics, on studies on pragmatics. I'm really expecting that you can do some studies on either semantics or pragmatics. Okay, well, this is the screen or the material related to NSM, yeah, Natural Semantic Metalanguage. So far, I have already been successful to guide 2 students to write on Natural Semantic Metalanguage. So 2 students, one student has successfully completed her study and another one is still being supervised. Okay, I also expect that one of you here or some of you here also want to do study on natural semantic metalanguage. In Bahasa, we can say that natural semantic metalanguage is Metabahasa Semantik Alami. Natural semantic metalanguage, Metabahasa Semantik Alami. Maybe you haven't learned this approach in semantics because what you have learned before may be related to formal semantics. Yeah, formal semantics. This is not formal semantics. Formal semantics is also one of the approaches in learning semantics. Well, I would like to introduce you first to the concept, okay? What you are learning now with me through this Zoom meeting is the introduction to the concept. The examples of studies on natural semantic metalanguage have been provided to you in the e-learning portal. Okay, yeah, this is my slide in 2014 or 2014. Okay, this is actually the background of MSA or NSM. MSA in Bahasa and NSM in English. So MSA Metabahasa Semantik Alami, NSM Natural Semantic Metalanguage. Okay, now we derive this topic from the concept of 3 dimensions of meaning. Have you studied 3 dimensions of meaning? 3 dimensions of meaning. This is what we mean 3 dimensions of meaning. So we have here concept, okay, we have here word, and we have here object. Okay, so this is called 3 dimensions of meaning. This is the basic concept of learning formal semantics. And this is also the basic understanding of conceptual meaning. Okay, you have studied conceptual meaning in the second meeting. Okay, I don't know whether you have already understood the types of meaning proposed by Leach, because in last week we studied about the types of meaning, and one of which is conceptual meaning. Okay, so this is a concept, and this is a word, and this is the object. And you can see how these three concepts are related each other. So concept is related to the object, concept is related to the word. Okay, now I'll show you. For example, what is this? What is this?
Answer.
Pen.
Pencil.
Okay. Now I ask you a question. What is the meaning of pen? What's the meaning of pen?
Tools to write.
Tools to write. Okay, that's very good. That is semantics. Okay, that is semantics. But when I ask you what is a pen, what is the meaning of a pen, and then you say pena, that's not the meaning. That's translation. Okay, that is translation. So if you say, what is the meaning of pen, and you answer, for example, pena, that's not the meaning of pen, but that is the translation of pen. Okay, in other words, that is how Indonesian people say pen, because they say pena for the pen. Yeah. Okay, now you see that this is the object. Okay, this is the object. Okay, this is the object, and pen is the word. Okay, pen is the word, and the thing that you use, or the tool that you use to write, that is the concept. So the concept exists in your mind. Okay, the concept exists in your mind. Okay, how you see the world, how you see the pen, how you interpret the pen, that's the concept. So whatever word you produce must be basically derived from the concept. You have such concept in your mind. If you don't have any concept about something, you cannot say that word in a certain language. Okay, so pen, pena, okay, they are just words of different languages, but they are derived from the same concept. They are derived from the same object. Okay, so the relationship between concept and object is called reference. Okay, the relation between concept and object is called reference. And the relation between word and object is meaning. Okay, and you know, the concept and the word, okay, the relationship is association. That's why you are also introduced to the term associative meaning, because sometimes, you know, you use the concept, okay, but you use the different word for the concept. Okay, that's why you are also introduced to associative meaning. Yeah, in addition to conceptual meaning. Okay, now let's see the application of conceptual meaning, or the concept of three dimensions in understanding a particular word. Okay, now you can see this is the concept. Okay, the concept is positive human, okay, positive human, negative male, and positive adult. Okay, positive adult. And then this is the reference. Okay, this is the reference, and this is the word. Now, please look at the relation between concept and the reference. Okay, concept and the reference. Do you think that the concept refers to the object as it is in the real world, or no? Come on. Does the concept refer to the object, okay, to the object in the real world? So you can see here, this is an object, okay, but actually this is a picture, but let's say this is the object, okay? Do you agree that this object refers to positive human, negative male and positive adult?
Yes.
Do you agree with the concept? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
If
sir.
you agree with the concept, the result, okay, and then you say woman, the result is conceptual meaning. Okay, the result is conceptual meaning. That's how the process of deriving the conceptual meaning. So the conceptual meaning must show that the concept, okay, is in line with the object. And of course, you know, word must follows the object. But when human, positive human, and then negative male, positive adult, but the object, let's say, yeah, a kind of flower, okay, let's say a kind of flower. So, you know, that the concept is not in line with the object. So what you have is associative meaning. Okay, what you have is associative meaning. Okay, this is what you learn in formal semantics. Now, in this concept, in this 3 dimension of meaning, okay, there's something, you know, inappropriate when we use some let's say abstract object, okay, abstract entity, let's say hungry or win, advantage. Okay, can you show me the object of lapar, the object of hungry? Can you show me the object of angin and the object of manfaat? Okay, so you cannot show me the object. That's the problem here. Okay, that's the problem that can be solved by using other or another approach in semantics. Okay, and that is the position of MSA or NSM. This is the position of natural semantic metalanguage, because not all concepts, okay, have their object. Okay, not all concepts have their reference. Therefore, we need another approach in semantics to show such relationship. Okay, that is actually the background of the birth of natural semantic metalanguage. Okay, well, let's go on. Why MSA? If you translate ada apa dengan MSA, don't say what happened to MSA. Nothing happened to MSA. Yeah, nothing happened to MSA. Nothing happened to NSM. But, you know, your question, your translation should be why MSA? Okay, this is language. Okay, language certainly has lexical universality, or language has universal lexical. Okay, universal lexical items or universal lexicon. And you know, a language has a core of grammar. Okay, a core of grammar. And this is what Chomsky said, okay, as universal grammar. Okay, this universal grammar, as Chomsky said. And MSA corresponds to this issue. Okay, that language, all of language must have the universal lexical or universal lexical items and also universal grammar. And this is what is needed by MSA. Okay, so far, you know, when you study English, when you study Bahasa, for example, sometimes it makes you unable to speak English fluently, and because, you know, you still translate the words that you want to say in English, and that you're not fluent in English. What is the problem? Because you think that every language is different. Language has different language. Language has different lexical items. Language has different structure. Partially true. Okay. Yeah, that is partially true, because what you learn so far is related to formal linguistics. You study grammar that belongs to formal grammar or formal syntax. Yeah, you study vocabulary that also belongs to formal linguistics. But when you look at MSA or NSM, you can see that actually language has universal lexicon. Language has universal grammar. Okay, and we are trying to explore such universality in language through natural semantics meta-language. Okay, I do believe that some of you are challenged with this theory or with this approach of semantics, because this is a bit different from what you have learned before. Okay, why MSA? MSA is developed in order to find out, okay, in order to explore a primitive concept which is universal. Okay, that is actually the purpose of developing MSA or NSM, in order to find out, okay, or in order to explore the primitive concept, but it is universal. Even though it is a primitive concept, it is a prime concept. Okay, there's the prime concept, but that prime concept is universal. Atom, or atom, yeah, because me myself, I'm using American dialect, so I tend to change t into d when it is surrounded by two vowels. Okay, so that is the function, or that is the purpose of developing NSM, in order to find out a prime or a primitive concept which is universal. And this primitive concept give birth to semantic prime. This is semantic prime. Okay, what is the meaning of semantic prime? Semantic prime is the meaning that must be found in all languages in the world, whatever language it is. Okay, that is the meaning of semantic prime. Okay, the meaning which is certainly found in any language in the world, in Bahasa, in English, in Lugha, in Deutsch, and so on. Okay, you can find semantic prime. And so far, based on the research done by Wisbika, because Wisbika here, we can say Wisbika is the founder of NSM. Yeah, Wisbika is a woman. She is the founder of natural semantic meta-language. So I cannot say the father of natural semantic meta-language, but I can say the mother, yeah, the mother of natural semantic meta-language, Wisbika. Yeah, she is the founder. She is the founder of natural semantic meta-language. So we have a semantic prime. It means that these semantic primes must be found in any languages, even though they are different in terms of lexical representing them. Okay, for example, in bahasa you have aku, mau, satu, dengar, tidak, orang. These meaning must be found in other languages in the world. Okay, so wherever you go, whatever language you speak, that language must have these semantic primes. Okay, and semantic prime is also called as the meaning that cannot be separated into smaller unit. Okay, the meaning cannot be separated into smaller unit of meaning. That is also the meaning of semantic prime. Okay, semantic prime, which is universal, means that this meaning must be found in any language in the world, and then this meaning cannot be divided anymore. Okay, cannot be divided anymore. That is the smallest meaning unit. Okay, that's the smallest meaning unit. Okay, aku, yeah, in English, I. In Arabic language, yeah, ana. In German, ich, for example. In Korea, I do believe that many students know how to say aku in Korean language, because you are teenagers. Yeah, most of you are teenagers, and most of you like Korean movies, and maybe you know how to say aku in Korean language. Okay, this is the basic concept of MSA. Okay, so every NSM, okay, must be based on these four concepts. Okay, every NSM theory must be based on these four basic concepts. The first one is semantic prime, or in Bahasa, makna asali. Okay, in Bahasa we can say it makna asali. Okay, the meaning which cannot be divided into smaller unit. Okay, that is makna asali. In other words, that is the atom of meaning. Ya, atomnya makna. That is makna asali. And then you are also introduced the concept of polysemy. Okay, polysemy, it is a single lexical item which can be used to express, to describe, to interpret two different meanings of semantic prime. That is polysemy. And then you are also introduced to the concept of allolexy. Allolexy is a bit related to polysemy, but allolexy means the use of different lexical items to refer to the same prime meaning. Okay, the use of different lexical item, okay, to refer to the same semantic prime. And the last one is, this is what we call as syntactical meaning, universal syntactical meaning. Yeah, you can see that makna asali or semantic prime is the meaning that can be found universally, or that can be found in all languages in the world. Okay, that is the meaning of syntactical universal meaning. Yeah, syntactical universal meaning. That is the combination of lexical items of the semantic prime, and then you establish a proposition, a simple proposition, or we can say a simple paraphrase, okay, based on their morphosyntax. Yeah, based on their morphosyntax. Okay, now let's see. These are the items of semantic primes. It means that you can find the meaning of these lexical items in every language in this world. Okay, I, me, in Bahasa you can find aku, saya. Yeah, you, aku, saya. Okay, you, kamu, someone, kind, spot, this, one, two, and so on. You can find this meaning in Bahasa. And also other people from different languages, they can also find these meanings in their language. Okay, so semantic primes are divided based on the categories of substantives, relational substantives, and then determiners, quantifiers, evaluators, descriptors, mental predicates, okay, mental predicates. And in the theory of functional grammar, this is called as mental process. And then speech, actions, events, movement, location, existence, specifications, possession, life and death, time, space, logical concept. So these are the basic categories of meaning. In other words, you can survive in any world you live if you know how to say this meaning in that language. You can survive. That's the meaning of semantic primes. And these meanings cannot be separated or cannot be divided into smaller meanings. That is the smallest meaning. Okay, yeah, can you understand this? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that your English has been good because you are now in the 6th semester or in the 4th semester. I haven't met you before, have I?
No, sir.
You're not, sir. You're not.
I haven't met you before, and maybe you haven't met me before. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And so You are now in the 4th or in the 6th semester?
Sixth semester.
Ah, 6th semester. Okay, you are now in the 6th semester. I do believe that your English is great, but the students from Unimed, if I'm not mistaken, they come from the 4th semester. Okay, they are 4th semester students. Yeah, maybe because you joined this university in 2018. Yeah, 2018. Okay, 2018. And I never teach students at 17 at the 1st and 2nd semester. Yeah, I usually start teaching students at 4th, 5th, 6th, and so on. That's why I never met you before. Okay, but according to the lecturers, that your capability in English is great. That's why I'm trying myself to use English in order to give you better understanding, because many lecturers said that you can understand more the lesson when the lesson is presented or delivered in English. Is it true? Partially
Yes,
true. Okay, partially true. Yeah, partially itu sebagian, ya, partially sebagian. And I feel more comfortable if I teach you in English. I feel myself more comfortable if I use English in teaching. But if you don't feel comfortable, I'm going to mix the language in order to give you better comprehension, okay, to the materials given to you. Okay, so this is the Makna asali. You can find some articles related to natural semantic metalanguage online, available online. And so far, I wrote only 2 articles. Yeah, I myself have already wrote 2 articles related to natural semantic metalanguage. If you want to know me, just Google my name and you can find me. Yeah, that's why I don't need to introduce myself to you, because you can find me online. Who am I? Who I am online. Okay, good. Yeah. So this is the semantic prime. And before, I've already explained to you that you are going to combine lexical items, lexical items of the semantic primes in order to construct, in order to compose, a simple proposition. Simple proposition here can be said simple paraphrase or simple clause. Simple clause. Simple clause. So your clause letter, your clause, do you know clause? Clause, your clause consists of only the words or the lexical items which are derived from the semantic primes. So the clause contains very simple words or very simple lexical items, because you are going to make or to construct a clause by using these lexical items. By using these lexical items. Okay. Now, how to describe, how to describe the meaning in NSM or in natural semantic metalanguage. How to describe the meaning? Okay. The first one, you have to know the universal concept of natural semantic metalanguage. The concept of natural semantic metalanguage is derived from the primitive concept, very primitive concept. Why I said primitive? Because you only use a very limited number of lexical items. You are going to use a very limited number of lexical items. So we can say that the concept of primitive in NSM indicates or reflects naturalness. The first one, it reflects naturalness. There is no technical meaning. In other words, there is no technical vocabulary used in describing the meaning by using natural semantic metalanguage. Okay, you don't need any technical meaning. Okay, and then there must be, okay, a universal concept or a universal semantic prime in every language. Therefore, any languages in the world should record, okay, should document the lexical items which are universal or which belong to semantic prime. Okay, which belong to semantic prime. Jadi harus ada di setiap bahasa itu, ya, suatu dokumen yang menyatakan ini kalau research in bahasa, inilah dia yang kalian pakai nanti kata-katanya. Ya, okay. And then the meaning in MSA, in NSM, has to define using a paraphrase. Has to define using a paraphrase. And that paraphrase is written in a concept, in a primitive concept of vocabulary. Okay, in other words, you have to use only the words from the listed semantic prime in your language. You cannot use other lexical items. Okay, now my question, how many words are there in English? How many words are there in English? Come on. 1 million, 2 billions, 6 million, 6 billions, because you have a dictionary 6 miliar bahasa, kamus bahasa Indonesia, English. Yeah, that is a public lie. You know, there's a public lie. Because based on the research done on in 2005, yeah, this is based on the research done in 2005, there were 700,000 words in English, less than 1 million. Maybe today it has reached 1 million. 1 million, not 1 billion, not 1 billion, but 1 million. Okay, less than 1 million, around 700,000 words. And you don't need all of them in natural semantic metalanguage. You need only about 65 words, 65 vocabulary items. But you can describe any meaning by using these 65 lexical items. Yeah, so in divining, okay, in divining or in proposing the meaning of a word by using the theory of NSM, you have to use a simple paraphrase. Your paraphrase must be written by using words which are listed in the semantic prime. Okay, you only construct a sentence, you only construct a clause, okay, by using the words available in this table. That's why it is very primitive. Okay, it is very primitive. Okay, you don't need sophisticated word. Yeah, you don't need to use, for example, internet. You don't need, just Google it. No, we don't use that word in semantic prime. Yeah, okay. Now this is an example. Okay, because it is a simple paraphrase, we can also say that reductive. Okay, reductive paraphrase or reduced paraphrase. Okay, now I would like to show you the meaning of sedih. Okay, because you cannot show me the object of sedih. Can you show me the object of sedih? It is very hard to show the object of sedih. Yeah, even though this is a small picture, okay, small picture, but you know, this is a picture of a woman, of a girl. It's not a picture of sedih. Okay, and you know, it is very hard to show sedih independently. Okay. Now, in order to solve such problem, in order to give people better understanding of the meaning sedih in bahasa, we can use a simple paraphrase. Yeah, by using semantic primes available in bahasa. Okay, this is the way. X sedih. X merasakan sesuatu. Terkadang seseorang berpikir seperti ini. Suatu hal buruk telah terjadi. Jika aku tidak tahu itu telah terjadi, maka aku akan mengatakan, aku tidak suka hal itu terjadi. Akibat dari hal ini, seseorang merasakan hal yang buruk. X merasakan perasaan seperti ini. Yeah, that's the meaning of sedih. Yeah, that's the meaning of sedih. The words are very simple. The words are very easy to understand. I do believe that if you are Indonesian, you can certainly identify the meaning. Yeah, you can certainly identify the meaning. Oh, that's the meaning of sedih. In my article, I also show the importance of the meaning of, the meaning identified by using NSM. Yeah, if you have read my article, I do believe that you can differentiate between the meaning of minta maaf and mohon maaf. Can you tell me the meaning of the different meaning of minta maaf and mohon maaf? Minta and mohon. Are they interchangeable? Bisa nggak saling digantikan itu? Mohon maaf, minta maaf.
Tidak, Sir.
Tidak. Kenapa tidak? Jangan kalian bilang aja, nggak bisa, Sir, nggak bisa, Sir. Coba lu kalian bilang, kenapa? Kenapa dia tidak bisa?
Kalau dari pendapat yang setelah saya baca di artikel tadi, Sir, kalau meminta itu, meminta maaf, dia ingin segera penutur itu memaafkannya. Kalau yang memohon, dia ingin menyampaikan, namun dia tidak ingin segera orang itu memaafkannya. Jadi itu tidak bisa.
Oke, perfect. Itulah bagusnya perbedaan antara students who have read the article and students who haven't read the article yet. Okay, yeah, very good. There's a difference. So mohon maaf, minta maaf. During Lebaran's day, none of people say minta maaf lahir dan batin, but people say mohon maaf lahir dan batin. Am I right? Ya kan? Nggak ada orang bilang minta maaf lahir dan batin. Nggak ada. Orang mohon maaf lahir dan batin. Itulah dasarnya kenapa orang NSM ingin mengkaji. Ya, ingin mengkaji. Kenapa kok selama Lebaran orang bilang mohon maaf lahir dan batin? Padahal sehari-hari kita menjumpai orang bilang minta maaf ya. Jarang orang bilang mohon maaf ya. Sementara orang lain ada yang berpendapat begini. Mohon shows politeness. Nggak ada hubungannya politeness itu. Ya, nggak ada hubungannya dengan politeness. Jadi yang seperti tadi. Kalau Anda katakan minta, berarti you ask, okay? You ask your interlocutor, you know interlocutor? Lawan bicara Anda, ya, lawan bicara Anda. Okay? To forgive you soon and maybe you don't regret your mistake. Mungkin Anda tidak mengakui kesalahan Anda. Anda hanya minta orang itu segera memaafkan Anda. And you don't regret your mistake. But when you say mohon maaf, you regret your mistake. But and you don't require the interlocutor to forgive you soon. Ya, itu dia perbedaannya antara mohon maaf sama minta maaf. Begitu juga nanti ketika kalian menggunakan bahasa Minangkabau bagi orang Minang. Kalau bagi orang misalkan dari luar Minang, orang Mandailing, orang Batak, orang Jawa, mungkin pasti dia juga punya cara tersendiri. Dan terkadang kata-kata yang kalian gunakan itu sebenarnya tidak pas pada tempatnya. Ya, tidak pas pada tempatnya. Ya, itu karena apa? Karena kalian tidak memahami konsep primitif dari makna tersebut. So, in natural semantic metalanguage, we study about the primitive concept of meaning. Not only the conceptual of meaning, but the primitive concept of meaning. That's what we are learning in natural semantic metalanguage. Yeah. And I also provide in the portal, okay, how semantic prime or how NSM is used in analyzing proverbs. Okay, this is a very good example for you, a very good guidance for you, a very good challenge for you, okay, for the future, okay, in order, in terms of preparing the topic of your research. Yeah, so you can prepare your research on NSM theory if you know the concept of NSM very well. So you can do a research on it if you're interested. Okay, okay, my duty is only to introduce you, okay, to to argue with you, to persuade you to want to do research on natural semantic metalanguage. If you want to understand more, you can read the articles. There are many articles available in Bahasa and also in English. You can read them. Okay, you can read them in addition to the articles that I have provided. So, what is the advantage of natural semantic metalanguage? It can be accepted, or it is acceptable for all language users. Okay, it is acceptable for all language users. Why? Because the paraphrase is constructed in a very simple package. Okay, and by using semantic primes, by using the words which are natural, the words which you can find in your everyday life, so the paraphrase can be easily understood. The meaning can be easily understood by others because you use simple vocabulary or simple diction. And then an SM is always open to be modified. Okay, is always open to be modified in any languages, as long as you can prove that this is the semantic prime and this meaning cannot be divided into smaller meaning unit, and that you can propose a new semantic prime. Maybe your semantic prime, okay, basically available in your language, and then other researchers will examine your proposal in their language, whether that word that you propose is also found, is also applicable in their language. If it is, and then your proposal will be listed, okay, in the next list of semantic primes. Okay, I think that's all from me in natural semantic metalanguage, and you may ask me questions related to what I've presented to you. Come on, questions, please.